Hey, Wembark World Entertainment, and this is the non-spoiler review for Predator Badlands. I will do a spoiler one. I'll probably put that up tomorrow night at some stage, so if any of you want to see it, you get a bit of a chance to see it anyway. But this will be non-spoiler, even though there's not a hell of a lot to spoil, because pretty much you've seen the entire movie in the trailers and the TV spots and stuff. You really have. But did Dan Trachtenberg actually manage to pull it off? Is it a great return to the big screen for the Predator franchise? Should we have put our trust in Dan Trachtenberg and Disney to continue the great storytelling of Predators on the big screen? God, no. Absolutely not. This movie sucks. And I mean sucks. So what is the overall story for the movie? Well, Deck is the runt of the litter, basically, whose father sends his brother to kill him. Which, this isn't a spoiler, it's all in the trailer. He wants to go on his first hunt to earn being called a Yautja. So he buggers off after his brother fights the father. He's sent off to go fight the Kilesk or Kilesk, whatever the hell it's called, the unkillable creature. And he goes to the planet for his first hunt, and he runs into Fea, the synthetic with no lower half. And then we find her sister, Tessa, and the other synths, and that's the story. Nothing else. That's the story. He's there to try and improve himself, and all he does is fight CGI monsters. And every fight you've seen in the trailers, all of them. And the majority of them are him fighting trees. Yeah. Now, is there any interesting concepts that they've added into the movie? One. And it was on the planet that we go to, which is meant to be called the Planet of the Dead. What's it called? Jenna or Gina, something like that. It has razor grass. Now, you've seen it in the trailer where you see the big beastie thing, which they actually just call a bison, running through what looks like grass. It's razor grass. It will shred you to pieces. That's it. That's the only interesting thing on this crazy planet. It's just like, oh, that's it. Everything else is like just nonsensical. And they do that trope of, especially at the very opening scene, of the little bug eats the smaller bug, but then the bigger bug eats that bug, and then something bigger eats that, and it's like, oh, you're doing this, are you? And it's, my good God. The biggest issue this movie is going to have, especially with OG fans and stuff of the Predator franchise, or I should just say fans of the Predator franchise, it turns it into a comedy. Like, full on. Now, the Predator did that, and it was horrendous. This time, it's not as bad in terms of the humor being like just these stupid, raunchy jokes and stuff, but it's just as bad because it's humor of, oh, look at this funny little creature that joined them and now is copying them, and Fea just constantly talking and asking stupid questions but doesn't stop talking. By the way, the Predator, Deck, and Fea do not shut up in this movie. So what the biggest issue as well you're going to run into is the Predator has daddy issues. Yeah, that's what the whole premise is that he's got daddy issues and talks about it a lot, and his brother a lot. To the point we start getting flashbacks of the start of the movie. And you're like, why am I watching this? Why are we watching a Predator sitting by a campfire talking about his fifis? Could you imagine at the end of Predator, the very first Predator, you have Dutch standing over the Predator with the rock ready to kill it, and sees that it's already half dead and throws the rock down, asks, what the hell are you? Now imagine, instead of that Predator looking Dutch directly in the eyes and saying, what the hell are you, back to him, imagine it turned around when Dutch goes, what the hell are you? And he turns around and goes, oh, thanks for asking. I'm Jason. I'm an orphan now. I'm a Capricorn, but don't hold that against me. I come from space. Do you come from space? Where do you come from? It's lovely weather here, isn't it? That is basically what they've turned this into. Because why am I watching a Predator talking about his feelings? They rip off a crap ton of things as well. And I do mean a crap ton of things. They rip off Aliens. You see that in the trailer, the power loader. That goes further. They rip off Terminator, if you believe that or not. mainly the T-1000 when it comes to the big beastie thing and some of the things that happen there. It's just it wants to be the Mandalorian. You're probably going to hear that a lot from people, and it's true. It's trying to be the Mandalorian. Just that you'd have Deck, he's the Mandalorian. I don't know what Fea would be other than C-3PO stuck to his back. And we get another little thing that is Grogu, basically, which I won't spoil in this. I'll keep that for the spoiler section. The animals on the planet, you basically see two of the main animals, which is this thing that they call just simply, oh, that's a bison. It's like, okay. And then the big bird thing, which is weird what it does. So it uses, you see in the trailer, those plants that explode with the darts. It throws rocks into there when its prey walks in. So the darts will knock you, well, they don't knock you out, but they paralyze you while you're still awake, and then it eats you alive. And it's like, hang on, if things get too close to these plants, they go off. The prey would still be in the field of these things. How does the bird land and eat and not get kind of paralyzed? Don't ask questions. Visually, the landscape and stuff is fine. You know, that looks great because they shot in New Zealand, and obviously they've added a bit of CGI to things out in the distance and stuff, but the overall landscape is great. Except Yaocha Prime. Yaocha Prime, we've seen glimpses of Yaocha Prime, which of course we saw buildings and stuff and technology. Now it's a wasteland like Tatooine. It truly is. It's just a big desert, and you're like, why is it this? So Yaocha Prime, they've pretty much wasted what they could have done with it. And overall, this movie truly shows you why we should not know practically anything about the Predators. We really shouldn't. Oh yes. The very opening of the movie, we get a codex. The Yaocha Codex, which basically says Yaocha are prey to nothing, they're friends to nobody, and they are the ultimate hunters and stuff like this and all that. And one thing you will see and hear about the title card for the movie, which was a weird choice, is when it pops up, for some reason, it has all the studio stuff above it and below it. So it comes up with like, presented by 20th Century Studio, blah, 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 Predator Badlands, and then under it's like, affiliate with Disney, blah, 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 blah. You're like, why is all that on there? It's weird. The only thing that I walked away from this movie saying that was decent was the music. That was it. It's like the Who band, not Who as in WHO, but the Who, HU, the Mongolian band. It seems to be that type of music, but like digitally enhanced. You can very much hear those type of string instruments. But that's it. The music was only the good part of this movie. The performances, Deck is just over emotional and stuff. So again, you're watching a Predator be touchy-feely and crap, and it's just like, good Christ. Ella Fanning or Elle Fanning, whatever the hell you call her, by the fact that her character is just insufferable, that won't shut up and making jokes and stuff. I suppose she's fine, like what she was told to do, she's fine, but she gets on your nerves with the constant talking and making quips and stuff. Oh, and how you end up talking in this is she can speak Yaocha. Don't know how, don't ask questions like that, but she can speak Yaocha. But what they do in the movie is she's speaking English to us, but he can hear her because she's meant to actually be speaking in Yaocha. And they say, oh, my universal translator, so they ripped off Star Trek, allows me to speak to you so you can hear me in your language, but everyone else can hear me in theirs. That's how they explain that. We're listening to Deck speaking in Yaocha, so subtitles every time he speaks, but she speaks in English. God, the movie is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I will be shocked if this thing makes money. I literally will be shocked if this thing makes money. But you're going to have to wait for the spoiler section to really dive into the biggest issues with this thing, which isn't just the humour. So if you've seen it, let us know what you think about it and what your overall thoughts on Predator being with Disney. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.